Good morning, Sprinkles. I'm making some buttercream today, and I got to thinking about the fact that I get a lot of questions about buttercream, and I see a lot of questions asked about it in the Facebook groups that I'm in. So I just thought that I would video myself making it today so that you can see my process and how it turns out. First of all, I want you to know that um, here's the butter I'm using. It's just from Sam's Club. It's a salted sweet cream butter. And then I use Crisco. Alrighty. My butter is straight out of the fridge. Ideally, you'd like to leave it sitting on the countertop to soften out. But I just wanted to prove to you that you can still do this without having done the preparation like that. We are going to microwave it, but we're not going to microwave it very long because we just want it to soften, not to melt. Okay, and one thing that seems to actually help with that is to do multiple sticks at a time. This is a silicone baking cup from Pampered Chef. It comes in a set of three different sizes. I absolutely love them. I also use them for my for melting chocolate and stuff like that. So just get these unwrapped here. Okay, so I'm going to pop these in the microwave for 20 seconds, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. So that was 20 seconds in the microwave, and so I can dent the butter now when I push into it, okay? But you can see it's not melted. There's no pool of butter in the bottom there, okay? So that'll be just fine. All right, let me grab the mixer, and we'll start mixing this. I'm using my 6-quart mixer today. And I will be using this paddle attachment. This did not come with the mixer. I ordered it separately. And I like that it has the rubber edges that helps scrape down the side of the bowl. Okay, so the butter goes in first. Now look, if you did over nuke it and it is a little bit melty, you can still proceed with making your buttercream, but you have to keep in mind that it's going to be very soft. So you can make it, but then maybe let it set for a while, like put it in the fridge for a bit so it gets a bit firmer. If your buttercream is too soft, it'll slide right off your cake, and any piped decorations that you do won't hold their shape. Okay, so first thing is to cream the butter. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so there you go. That's what creamed butter looks like. Okay, can you see well enough? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and add in my Crisco. And I'm not using the flavored Crisco. I think it's disgusting. All right. And the fact that this is pure white is going to help with the color of my buttercream. All right, you always have to cream your butter first and then add your Crisco in. Anytime that I have tried to cheat that and do them both at the exact same time, I've had weird clumps in it. The Crisco hasn't incorporated well. It's just been a disaster. So do your butter first, then add your Crisco and cream it. Sorry about that. All right, so I've just blended it until it's fully blended. You know, you can't see the difference between the butter and the Crisco. It's all just one now. I need to grab a spatula. Be right back. So even though my beater has the rubber blades on the sides, it works its way up the bowl. See, so I'm going to push that down and then run it a couple times just to make sure we're really well blended. Okay, next goes in my vanilla. I use Watkins Clear vanilla flavor, okay? Because my end goal is a white buttercream. I'm using 1 tablespoon. So in case you're wondering, so far we're at 2 cups of butter. Wait, sorry, I gotta think. So it was 4 sticks of butter and 2 blocks of Crisco. And then that's a tablespoon of vanilla, and we're gonna mix that. Okay, my buttercream always starts with vanilla flavoring as the base, and then you can add other flavors to it as you need or want. Okay, we need to weigh out our powdered sugar. Because we had 4 sticks of butter, we are going to have 4 pounds of powdered sugar. So I am using my food scale to weigh this out. And again, I'm using the Sam's Club Members Mark powdered sugar. I really like it. I haven't had any problems with it. No clumping, no anything like that. I will say there was one time I got a bag that must have gotten moisture in it or something because it was like a solid brick, and I just took it back to them and they were great about exchanging it for me. So, okay. Turn our scale on. Okay. 4 pounds of sugar. Now this is going to get slowly added into our butter and Crisco mix. I'm going to put my shield on. You'll also be adding up to 1/2 cup of water. Some people use milk. I use water because it extends the shelf life. So does the Crisco, by the way. And the salted butter, okay? Because I use salted butter, I will not be adding any salt to this recipe. If you didn't use salted butter, then you would probably add a teaspoon or so of salt to your recipe, okay? All right, hold on just a second. Here's another great life hack for you. I use the Glad Press and Seal. You see? Over the side that has that opening in the shield. That just kind of helps keep the powdered sugar from going everywhere. And I have a measuring cup. This happens to be a 1/2 cup, but it doesn't really matter what size you use. And I'm going to slowly add the sugar. Oh, please note, I did not sift my powdered sugar, okay? If you have an extremely clumpy bag, you can go ahead and do that. It's just not something that I usually have to do. This might be kind of boring to watch, but I'm going to do it in real time so that you can see, you know, how it goes. Every Every once in a while I turn it up a little bit just to get it really well incorporated. My mixer is just on the stir setting right now. And once there's no loose powdered sugar in there, I'll turn it up to a 4 and let it spin a little. And back down to stir. Alright, it's getting to the point where I need to add a little water, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you're not great at pouring small amounts of water out of a measuring cup, then go ahead and use your tablespoon to add it a tablespoon at a time, okay? The reason for that is because it may take the entire half a cup, but it may not, all right? And we don't want our icing to get too loose. So at this point, I'm going to just let my beater, my mixer run for, I don't know, I'm going to start with 3 minutes and check on it, okay? It's the process of beating it actually lightens it in color, okay? So if you're striving for that really light, almost white buttercream, the longer you let it mix, the better off you'll be. There is another option. You can use some white food coloring. I use the AmeriColor Bright White. Okay, I don't know if it's focusing on that. It's a soft gel paste food coloring, and you can add that to it as well. But keep in mind that you're adding liquid to your mix then. So it might affect how stiff your buttercream is. All right, so we're just gonna let that run. I'm not gonna make you watch it for 3 minutes. I'll be back. All right, so it's been 3 minutes. And I had that running on speed 4, by the way. This is a 6-quart KitchenAid. Alrighty, so it has lightened in color quite a bit. Go ahead and take this off. Okay, I'm gonna scrape that down. Looking pretty good, right? Let's see, do I have something white I can put it up next to? So there's something white, and there's our buttercream. I'd say that's pretty good, don't you think? Anyway, so that's all there is to it, really. I'm going to be using this buttercream today, so I'm not going to put it in the refrigerator. But if you are making it ahead, which I often do, I mix up all my buttercream on Monday, and I put it into Glad containers, or Rubbermaids, I guess, these things, okay? And I store it in the refrigerator. The key to that, though, is you have to remember to take it out of the refrigerator like the night before you're going to use it, and just let it sit on the counter and come to room temperature. Okay? If your buttercream is too hard or too stiff and you don't have time to wait for it to come to room temperature, you can microwave it for very short bursts, okay? I'm talking like 15 seconds, and stir it and see if it's where you want it to be. And if it's not, do another 15 seconds, all right? It's essentially what you're doing is just melting down the butter that's in it. But I recommend trying to remember the night before to set it out on the counter, okay? All right, and that's okay with my buttercream because, again, I've used salted butter. I have used half Crisco and water, not milk, okay? Alrighty, so that is how I make my buttercream. I hope that it helps you. If you have any other questions, please let me know. If I don't see your comment right away, I will eventually, I promise, and I'll answer it. And if it's a question that you think the whole group would benefit from knowing, then please ask it publicly. But if you want to message me, you're welcome to do that too. So, alrighty, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.